Hey guys, Stefan again. Wanted to talk about the Beta 4 release, and although you probably saw the video for Beta 1, which showed the color scheme, I've done a lot of remapping and spit and polish on the Beta 4 release and wanted to show it to you, so I got Angora here. And let me demo this thing here. First of all, let me go into sun position midnight. And we normally hit the Rembrandt here just to pick a default color to start with, and you can see she's lit up here. Now, before when you hit color, like for example, if I hit the white color, it would bring up just a basic set of colors. We now have a much more extensive set of colors. So to start with, there's 12 swatches, and you can step through the swatches by just walking through them left and right. And if you like one you like, you can pick it, and poof, and it's obviously a little intense there. If the color is too much, you can hit the plus sign here and bring up the default menu, and you can just sit there and go edit the red, green, blues yourself in here and clean this thing up. You can pick another one and you're off to the races. You can also pick on a color genre, and I've reorganized the colors pretty extensively thanks to the help of one of my colleagues in doing this. But the color wheels are now, we kind of start off in the lighter colors, and you can see, although this is called Lee, catalog entry 733 damp squib, and funny name, it is a more dominant green than any other, but not very much, and you can pick some of these other ones, and then it just gets more and more dominant down the colors as you walk through them. So let's say you pick this color, and all of a sudden you said that's way too intense. There's the gray bar here. About the middle is the default color here. As you push it more and more into the white, it takes that same green and brightens it up a fair amount. And getting a little lag here, but you can see it's going until it's effectively all the way white, or we can make it even more intense, going all the way down, like here. And we can jam the green way up and go a little crazy here. But you get the idea. The legacy colors are all setting up in here. If you like those things, there's the warming 85. That was a very common one. The warming 81 was another one I used. The violet I used all the time. And so the legacy colors are all sitting on here. So the idea is that there's a tab, and you can either pick the default way, or you can just pick out the color tab and it'll bring it out. And then there's two expand outs that, depending on what you want, the hide all works the same. We can res a projector here. Let me do that real quick. And you can see when you res a projector, we'll go pick a bulb, more like a spotlight here. And the one change I made outside of the color scheme is I now have a texture on the projector here. I had a transparent one, and there were some viewers that had a bug with this and wouldn't do it right, but we can move the projector around. And the same thing applies here. We can go ahead and pick a color off the projector here. I can select on advanced to make sure projector was selected, and it was, and now I can just pick colors off the projector and do what we need to do here. Wanted to show you the one more thing that I made to this thing, and I actually added this in 3.2, and we get to realize the benefit in 3.3. So before, when you got a new HUD and you wanted to transfer all your poses, it was kind of a pain in the butt here. Let me walk you through the new way of doing this. So I typically carry a projector that I call personal, and this has all of my personal purchased animations in it. Let me wear this thing here. And before, it was this real tedious task of transferring all the animations to the new HUD, and then you had your presets and whatnot. So now what we can do is we can just say options and res a server. And I just jammed it right in her face here. It's trying to be a cute little texture here. What we can do is we can say backup catalog. And before, it actually would just back up the gender information and the presets, and it actually wasn't transferring the animations. This new version is actually transferring all of the animations. So there were 250 animations in the HUD. These animations are now being slowly but surely transferring all of these animations over to the backup server. This is kind of cool. You can take this back into your inventory, and now you can have a nice little one object backup of hundreds of animations, at least in my case. Come on, Angora, wake up. Yeah, she's gonna walk out of the scene here. Fine, while we're waiting to do this. We need to get her back and looking pretty here. Model by backup server. Okay, so now it says I have 252 entries in my backup. It dates the backup. And now what I can do is I can go to the beta 4 here, and let me make a copy of it first of all. And the reason why is because some of these animations are no mod, and it changed the whole darn thing to no mod, so we'll call this personal here. All right, so now that I have this backup of this thing, I'm going to wear this. Oh, sorry, I can't wear this thing. Let me detach this thing. One of the requirements is when you push animations into a HUD, you got to do it on the ground. And unfortunately, you have to drop the thing on the ground. You cannot do the thing wearing the HUD. That is just a restriction Second Life has. Not exactly sure why. But now we say pose, options, restore catalog. And if you look at the catalog server over here, it's actually busy transmitting a bunch of messages here. It's actually now transferring all of these animations over. I've got maybe a debug message I'll take out of there. I kind of like it, actually. It doesn't do it often. So now it is transferring all the animations, 252 animations, at least from my personal HUD, are being now transferred over to the HUD. It's taking a little time. And then it restores all the gender and preset information, which is what it's transferring now. And your tendency is going to want to sit there and say, we're done now, and it says processing, and you do need to be patient. There's a tremendous amount of messages that were queued up on the server and slowly working their way and being processed by the HUD right now. And we get to sit there and wait and wait and wait, and we'll wait some more. Okay, backup is complete. So now I can pick up my HUD, go to my inventory, and I loved how I made a copy, and I can wear this one, and now I've got the beta 3 with all of my animations transferred. And you can, let's do this again here, you can see all the animations transferred here. So let's go get Angora modeled here. Model Angora, accept the animations on my other screen, and then we can pick an animation, and she's off doing her animation thing. Okay, so we've talked about this before. One other change we made is I can always say /43 and filter. So for example, I have some COUTURE animations, I believe, and then there were 6 of them in here, and so now all 6 of them are picked. I can always say, and so this is a good way to find your animations. I can go, for example, type 43 dance, and any of the animations that had the word dance inside of it, I can pick that. 58, 43 runway, 25 poses with runway. Now let's say I wanted the specific runway ST6. I can actually just say 43 ST-06. Oh, there's 2 of them that are ST-06. Awesome. And I can pick that now. Let's say I have one that's just a single one /43 adjust. Since there's only a single animation that meets that, the new feature that I added is that it does just that animation and then plays it immediately. So you can always just pick your animation that you like, and say, for example, I've got 6 demos. If I want to just pose demo 6, I can say 43 demo 6F, and it'll immediately throw her into the 6F pose. Okay, guys, that's it. I am thinking I'm about a week away from releasing. Really would love your feedback. This is it, guys. Thanks.